Good afternoon. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I am here at 814 South Mullen Avenue in Los Angeles, and I am in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line here on the property from Matt Grimming. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping that is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping that is underneath or interior to the structure. Our examination today is not focused on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. So I was unable to locate an exposed or accessible main sewer line cleanout. A main sewer line cleanout is an area outside the structure that has a removable cap. It allows direct access into the main sewer line and drain system as it exits the structure. What I've found here is a small 1.5-inch access here under the laundry area, so I am in the sub area under the structure, and I was able to push into a 4-inch main building drain and go through about 17 feet of pipe to get outside the building, and that's where we're sitting currently. We've just exited the right side of the structure here, coming from our original cast iron building drain into our vitrified clay main sewer pipe. If you look at the top of the screen here, kind of near the right side, you're going to see a hole in the top of the pipe. There is a patch of the driveway here along that right side, pretty obvious patch, and it looks like what has occurred here is someone had exposed the pipe there, punched a hole in the top of the pipe in order to clean it, and then cover that area with concrete. What they should have done was actually install a cleanout with a removable cap right there that's exposed and accessible at the surface. So that's going to be our first recommendation today, and that area can be easily identified by that patch in the concrete. It is a different color. Alright, so as we come out, we're looking at original vitrified clay piping. And now we've made that 45-degree turn, and we're running straight up along the right side of the house here under the driveway. Now, these clay pipe materials are very common. This type of piping does have a long service life expectancy. Being a natural material, it's not expected to deteriorate underground, but it is more brittle in nature and does have a higher potential for damage during seismic activity or earthquakes. Got some debris buildup here in the line. We're going to need to get some water running here. Alright, so while we're waiting for that water to catch up to us, I'll describe a little bit about these clay pipes. And what we're looking for specifically are any areas of significant cracks or breaks, significant offsets or separations of the connections or joint areas, anything that would be considered a compromise to the integrity of the pipe. Now, it's not uncommon to find minor cracks in and around those joint areas, but we just want to get this cleared up as good as we can so that we can get an idea of condition of the pipe here. Alright, so that's our bathtub running, and water's not getting out there. It's Could be a clog somewhere in those lines or something that's causing slow drainage. So we're going to switch over and turn the kitchen sink on. Turn that bathroom fixture off. And, definitely want to recommend that a plumber come out and figure out what's going on with that. There's a lot of really funky non-standard piping here under the structure too, so you don't want to have the plumber out to look at some of these drain lines. There's leaks under here, other things like that. Alright, here comes some water. Let that water clean up a little bit, wash some of that debris out. Now we're seeing these little chunks of mud here. These are usually from the bugs in the system making little nests around those joints, those cracks and stuff they can hide in, so they build their homes around them. So far, the line's fairly clean. Not seeing evidence of any root intrusions to speak of yet. But that's a fairly common condition in these older lines, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Alright, up now the front of the structure now, we're making a right turn here, so it looks like we're going to come across towards the middle of the yard. And there's the beginnings of some root intrusions here, a little bit of mud squeezing in there. Looks like there's probably a crack around that joint, allowing some roots and soil in. This is evidence of stress on an older pipe. While it's not a significant situation now, at some point it will need to be addressed. More root intrusions here. Got mud caked up on it. So the root intrusions like we're seeing here at these joint areas is a fairly common condition. Normally we are suggesting that they can be maintained with regular sewer line cleanings. It's when they're left unmaintained for extended periods that they can create blockages in the system or potentially damage a pipe. They probably had a problem with the blockage in the past, which is the primary reason that a hole was punched in the pipe. Now, all of this being fairly common conditions, there still is the possibility of rehabilitation of the older line like this. And that's a common thing that is done, although it's not necessarily always needed. It is definitely beneficial for an older pipe like this. We're starting to see more cracks around those joints and some soil coming in. The more and more of this I see, the more I'm going to stress maybe rehabilitation of this line. Soil in the sanitary sewer is a problem. It can create sinkholes and things like that. As we made that turn, we inked in pipe diameter from our 4-inch to our 6-inch clay, and we're starting to run out under towards the public sewer now, in the middle of the street. turn towards the middle, I'll lengthen the system quite a bit, so now we're over 100 feet. Main sewer lines, current main sewer line standards do require cleanouts for every 100 feet of piping. That's above what I've seen. We're not in excess of 120 feet. I might recommend a second one necessarily. And here we're coming up on our public connection here at 115 feet or so. Alright, so that's our city sewer. Generally the system is functional. There is definitely stress on the pipe. Minor cracks are allowing little bits of soil through. Also combined with the bugs in there making their nests, it may make it look worse. Definitely an aging system that would benefit from a rehabilitation, but not a huge stress on any urgency in doing so. Definitely want to get a standard clean out so that we can maintain and monitor this system. Check for future damage, things like that. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video portion of this examination. Please do refer to my written report for the final findings and recommendations. This is Mark Harrison with Sewer Line Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.